The arrival of humanity has always searched the heavens. From the first fires on mountaintops, to the polished glass of ancient lenses, to the giant steel observatories perched above the clouds. We raised telescopes to the stars. We built machines that could see farther than human eyes. We sent signals into the dark, simple greetings written in the language of mathematics. We listened for answers. For decades, we strained our ears to the static of the universe. We listened for patterns hidden in the noise. We hoped for a voice, a whisper, a single sign that the silence was not forever. We dreamed of messages written in light. Of civilizations drifting among distant galaxies. Of something, anything, that would break the endless stillness. But when the first true message came, it did not come from Alpha Centauri. It did not come from a faraway star. It came from much closer. From within the walls of our own solar system. An intruder. An emerald wanderer. A stranger no human eye had seen before. The world would call it 3-Eye Atlas. At first, Atlas appeared harmless. Astronomers mistook it for a comet, a frozen traveler carrying dust and ice across the void. Comets had come and gone for centuries, ghosts of creation, forgotten and unremarkable. But Atlas was different. Its glow was not sunlight bouncing off ice. Its light was alive. It pulsed. It shimmered. It sang. Every 173 minutes, its brightness swelled. Then dimmed again, with uncanny precision. A heartbeat too perfect to be natural. The universe itself seemed to be breathing through it. Instruments captured its strange rhythm. Spectrograms revealed bursts hidden in the glow. Energy woven into deliberate sequences. Numbers repeating. Structures repeating. Too precise to ignore. Astronomers fell silent. They had no category for this. No equation for what they saw. Atlas was not drifting aimlessly. It was watching. It was waiting. And then, without warning, it acted. Its emerald light narrowed. What was once a glow became a beam. Sharp, focused, aimed with intention. It struck Mars. The red planet flared with sudden emerald fire. Its thin atmosphere shimmered like glass in a furnace. For long minutes, it glowed with impossible light. Scientists dismissed it at first. They spoke of reflections, solar interference, illusions born of dust storms and angles. But then it happened again. The same burst. The same direction. The same duration. And again. And again. It was not a trick. It was not coincidence. Atlas was sending a message. And then, Mars replied. At first, the response seemed faint. Static, echoes, meaningless tremors. But deeper analysis revealed the truth. The frequencies shifted. The pulses slowed. Then sharpened into structure. Deliberate, ordered, intelligent. Mars was trembling. Its crust shivered with rhythmic quakes. Waves of energy rippled through its mantle. They matched Atlas's signals perfectly, as if the red world itself was answering the call. Satellites confirmed it. The vibrations were not random. They carried shape. Geometry. Meaning. Spirals traced across seismic readings. Triangles nested within triangles. Hexagons repeating endlessly. The same symbols that glowed within Atlas's emerald haze. This was not chaos. This was dialogue. An exchange unfolding between worlds. Humanity watched in disbelief. For the first time in history, two celestial bodies were speaking. And we were listening at the edge of their conversation. Mars was no longer silent. The red planet, once thought barren and still, had become an instrument. A vast drumbeat echoing across the void. Its surface trembled with new rhythms. Its thin skies shimmered with emerald light. A world that had slept for billions of years was now stirring in harmony with an intruder. Phobos joined the chorus. The larger Martian moon, once believed to be little more than a captured rock, began to glow with faint fissures of green fire. It pulsed in perfect time with Mars. Like a relay station amplifying the signal. Deimos followed. Dim, delicate, but deliberate. Its surface flickered in emerald whispers, barely visible, yet undeniably synchronized. The Martian moons were no longer passive stones. They had awakened. They were singing in the same language as Atlas. Then came the machines. Rovers scattered across Mars began to fail. Their cameras blurred with green static. Their sensors screamed with interference. At first, engineers assumed dust storms, radiation spikes, random malfunctions. But the pattern was too precise. One rover sent its final transmission, a short burst of binary code. When decoded, the message revealed prime numbers. The same sequence hidden within Atlas's emerald pulses. Our machines had not failed. They had been absorbed. Drawn into the resonance. They had become part of the dialogue. And then, Earth began to feel it. Radio telescopes went blind. The most sensitive instruments on the planet collapsed into silence. Communication arrays filled with static, but not ordinary static, waves repeating in rhythmic, ordered patterns. Green auroras appeared far from the poles. In deserts, in jungles, even above cities. Skies rippled with emerald veils where no aurora should exist. It was as if the conversation had spilled across the void, spilling into Earth's magnetic field, pulling us into the exchange. Historians searched the past. Ancient carvings told of twin fires in the heavens. Myths of a green serpent whispering to the red world. Symbols that matched the spirals now glowing above Mars. These were not stories. They were warnings. Memories of the cycle. Atlas had come before. And now it had returned. Then came the revelation no one could ignore. Atlas split. One fragment veered toward the sun, its emerald light burning brighter with each passing day. The other fragment locked its orbit toward Mars. The red planet erupted in response. Auroras painted its skies with ratios and spirals. Seismic waves carved geometry into its crust. From orbit, satellites captured glowing lines stretching across the deserts, triangles, spirals, hexagons etched into the dust. Phobos cracked open with fissures of green fire. As if awakening from an ancient sleep. Deimos pulsed faintly in its shadow, completing the chorus. Mars was no longer just responding. It was transforming. And Earth was next. Our own instruments began to flicker. Prime numbers crawled through data streams. Magnetic fields surged in ways no model predicted. Our machines trembled on the edge of collapse. Governments silenced the truth. NASA's feeds went dark. Reports were buried, denied, erased. But silence itself was an answer. An admission that control had already been lost. Atlas was not a comet. Not a frozen wanderer. Not an accident of chance. It was a messenger. A key. A force that wakes sleeping worlds. Mars has awakened. Its moons have awakened. Earth is beginning to stir. And the cycle has only just begun. Atlas sent the signal. Mars replied.